You see, one of my friends loves singing along to the radio while driving his car. I've told him thousands of times that this is one of the most dangerous things people can do, but he just won't believe me. Well, here are some of the most reckless things you should never do while in the car. And Mark, I hope that after watching this video, you'll finally listen to what I say. Number 17. Headphones on. Most people at some point have listened to music through headphones while walking or using public transport, so what's the big deal with headphones and driving? The problem is that when music is blaring in your ears, you can't hear anything else, including other drivers honking at you. On top of that, you may easily miss important announcements, something along the lines of, "Pull your car over immediately." 16. Munching on a snack. First of all, when you eat while driving, you get awfully distracted. See for yourself. You need to unpack your food, take a bite, close your eyes, enjoying the taste. Well, you've got the idea. And what if you're eating a sandwich? At some moment you glance down and realize you've dripped all over your favorite jeans. That moment of panic and disappointment may turn into a fatal flaw on the road. Plus, greasy food and sweet things can make you sleepy. If you absolutely must drink something while driving, it should be a bottle of water. Number 15. Feet on the dashboard. Yep, it's comfortable, relaxing, and cool. And also, it's downright dangerous and reckless. If the car gets into an accident, guess who'll get hurt the most? Right, the one who's sitting beside the driver with their feet on the dashboard. The thing is that when an airbag gets deployed during a crash, it sends the front passenger's feet flying right into their face at a high speed. I guess there's no need to mention the consequences, right? Suffice it to say that a broken nose would be the least of your problems. On top of that, when you're sitting with your feet up, you have less control of your body, which is another reason why you might fail to prevent trauma. Number 14. Reaching for stuff. When a driver tries to reach for something lying on the passenger seat or on the floor, they often find it hard to keep their eyes on the road as well. And you've probably heard that our heads automatically steer the car in the direction where we look. Also, when you're reaching for something, your hands aren't placed on the wheel properly. As a result, you may not have enough time to respond if something happens on the road. Number 13. Getting too comfortable. The temptation to get cozy in your car may sometimes overwhelm common sense, but you should remember that when you recline your seat back, slip your shoes off, or prop your foot on the seat, you're literally preparing yourself to get drowsy. On top of that, if you get into an accident, you won't be in the best position to take advantage of your car's safety system and the airbag. Number 12. Putting on makeup. Admittedly, life seems to be getting faster and faster every day, and women often have no other place to apply makeup than their own cars. However, it can put their health and even lives at risk. Not only can a mascara brush get jammed into your eye at a sudden stop, but constantly checking your reflection in the mirror is also a recipe for distraction, and that usually doesn't end well. Number 11. Paying attention to billboards. Billboards are designed in a way that attracts your attention. Besides, sometimes the message they convey is just too interesting to keep your eyes off it. The most dangerous among all are digital billboards showing full-motion videos, including exciting commercials with bright pictures and rapid movements. I'll admit it's effective marketing, but is it worth an accident? Just try not to look, okay? Number 10. Not wearing a seatbelt. According to NHTSA, which stands for National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, in a period of 4 years, seatbelts save about 75,000 lives. They protect you from sudden impact during braking or a collision. You'd be surprised to know how many accidents happen to unbuckled drivers and their passengers near their homes. Going on a quick errand down the street, they ignore their seatbelts, and it leads to injuries. Number 9. Driving with anything but hands. Have you ever seen those masterful drivers who control their cars with their elbows or even knees while their hands are busy with something else? As you may guess, that's an extremely, and I can't stress it enough, dangerous behavior. To be in full control of the road situation, you need to have both your hands on the wheel at all times. Number 8. Rubbernecking. You're driving your car when you see several vehicles with flashing lights on the opposite side of the road. Isn't it tempting to take a look at what's happened? It's natural human curiosity that tempts us to stare at accidents as we go by. But drivers should keep this curiosity in check. Otherwise, it may lead to traffic congestion or, even worse, other road accidents. Number 7. Singing aloud. Oh, this one's for you, Mark. As soon as you hear your favorite song on the radio, you start to sing along. Loudly. It might not sound like a terribly dangerous thing to do, but it actually is. According to experts, people often get overwhelmed by the music. They become too emotional and excited, and they can't help but lose their concentration on the road. And one more thing. When you try to take a very high or very low note, in most cases, you automatically close your eyes. Yes, you do. It's how people are built. And just a millisecond of distraction can cost you your life. Number 6. Playing with pets. Even if your pet is a weathered traveler and accompanies you on all your road trips, you shouldn't forget that it's still an animal and unpredictable at that. Make sure your fluffy friend is trained to remain in its place and doesn't jump around when the car is moving. Never allow your pet to sit in your lap. It may accidentally scratch your face or bump into your arm, and chances are this will cause an accident. On top of that, cute fluffy critters prove to be extremely distracting both for their owners and other drivers. Number 5. Texting or calling. No texting or calling behind the wheel of your moving car. This is a strict and well-known rule which still gets regularly broken by drivers. But you should remember that using your phone while driving causes an alarming number of car crashes. No worries, I use my hands-free at all times. Good for you. But even a hands-free device can't guarantee that you won't lose concentration at some moment. Besides, using your phone too much reduces your visual scan of the road and, as a result, leads to slower reaction time. Number 4. High heels. Many women often skip the important step of changing footwear when they drive to some event all dressed up. But you can't even begin to imagine how many bad and even fatal crashes have happened because a high heel got stuck in the floorboard. That's why the best option is to have a pair of spare shoes in the car and swap high party heels for comfortable flats while driving. Number 3. Changing clothes. Yes, there are people who do change their clothes right behind the wheel. I can't say that I don't understand them. After all, when you've just gotten your very last warning about being late for work, you have to adjust. And now imagine this. Your shirt is all over your head, or you bend down to pull on your sock, and then wham! There's a kid on the road or another car turning from a side street. I doubt that you'll have the time needed to react. Number 2. Falling asleep. Well, I don't mean drivers, of course. After all, I doubt there's anyone who would take a nap while driving, right? No, the not falling asleep rule actually refers to those who travel in the passenger seat. But why can't I have a well-deserved nap if it's not me doing the driving? Well, ever heard about the phenomenon when you yawn after noticing someone else yawning? According to sleep researchers, snoozing passengers, especially those in the front seat, make the driver feel sleepy as well. And a driver who has fallen asleep behind the wheel is a nightmarish scenario if you ask me. Number 1. Smoking. When a driver lights a cigarette while the car is moving, getting dangerously distracted is not the only problem. When they open the window to let the smoke out, the outside wind may blow the burning ash from the cigarette right into their eyes. Besides, it can set the car's interior on fire. Do you follow any other safety rules while driving a car or traveling as a passenger? Let me know down in the comments. If you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share it with a friend. But hey, don't go anywhere just yet. We have over 2,000 cool videos for you to check out. All you have to do is pick the left or right video, click on it, and enjoy. Stay on the bright side of life.